Good morning. Hello, everybody. For those of you on the West Coast, good morning. You're probably just having your first cup of coffee. For those of you on the East Coast, like I am, you've probably had at least a couple. That's how I start my day with a couple. Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be coming live to you. I've missed you. I've missed coming live to you on Mondays to give you a fresh start to your week, to kind of give you that motivation to get started through the week. Today, I wanted to give you a little bit of motivation around calming your mind because I know, especially when we're in the especially second quarter, right? We've looked at a whole quarter gone by, and maybe we feel like we're not right where we're supposed to be because we start thinking about watching everyone else who seems to be, well, killing it, right? They look like they're just like so far ahead of you, like light years ahead of you. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm falling behind. Everyone's ahead of me. Everyone is, doing things in their life. They're like smashing their goals. They're creating these new lives that they've always wanted to live, and they are way ahead of me, and I feel stuck. In fact, my mind is going 1,000 miles a minute. I want you to know that it's okay that you are right where you are right now because you're right where you're supposed to be right now. In fact, I truly believe that because I know we all set goals. We all want things for our lives that we see the bigger picture and we're like, yeah, that's how I want to live. That's the type of lifestyle I want to go after. Those are the goals that I'm setting for myself. That's what I see in my life. And I know it's possible. And I'm going to set hard dates. And you set a hard date, and that hard date comes and goes. And then you start like questioning yourself, like, did I do everything that I needed to do? Was I diligent? Was I motivated? Was I in action? Was I doing the things that I needed to do? Why am I not where I wanted to be? Like I think I've achieved the goal, but I haven't achieved the goal quite the way I saw it playing out in my mind, right? I just want you to really, really adopt this as your mantra going forward in life. I truly believe that timing is way far more important than how long it takes for you to achieve a goal. So if you have big goals for your life and you had set a hard date for today and it's not happened yet, that just means there's a piece of the puzzle that just needs to be fleshed out a little bit more and leaned into a little bit more and built out a little bit more, expanding yourself, right? Learning. Again, not everything works out always the way we see it in our mind. And what the beauty of that is, when that doesn't happen the way you see it in your mind, the beauty is that that means something bigger and better could be waiting to reveal itself to you. And when you're allowing yourself to be open to that and accepting that maybe there's more to the puzzle that you're not seeing, and you open yourself up to that, saying, okay, what am I not seeing? What do I need to do? Like start asking those questions, like what has worked? Where am I at in the process? What is it looking like? What do I think could fit in here? Then that allows you to be open to and accepting it, and also receiving things that perhaps you didn't think you were waiting for, but they're coming your way. So again, when you feel like you're not where you should be right now, or as far along as you think you should be right now, a lot of the time you think that perhaps you are not as far along, and that something you did something wrong. And I want you to know this, that you haven't done anything wrong, that you actually are just right where you're supposed to be, and something else is waiting to reveal itself to you. And so just allow yourself to stay quiet for a moment and really listen. Go in within and really listen, like really listen. Because a lot of the time we get allow ourselves to kind of get too far ahead of the game, and a lot of the time we try to force things. And when we do that, we end up like getting frustrated and start looking outside of ourselves, and then start comparing ourselves to other people because other people seem to be further ahead than we are. But you are right where you're meant to be right now. So how do you calm your mind? So, first tip is practice letting it go. Meaning, if you think, oh, I'm not as far as I should be, look at so and so, they're doing way better than I am, they're smashing their goals, I just seem to be stuck here, just let that go. Let that type of thought process go. Do not take yourself down that rabbit hole, because that rabbit hole is really super slippery, and it's a very, steep slope, and it's easy to get caught up in that and allow yourself to go straight down. And it's rather just easier for you. It's harder, but it's better for you to just say, you know what? That's so and so's journey. That's not my journey. This is my journey. I'm going to allow myself to let that go. I'm not going to allow myself to compare myself to other people. I'm not going to allow myself to believe that I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I'm not going to allow myself to believe that I'm not doing enough or that I'm not good enough. Just let it go. And then the second part to that would be just to get quiet and really think about, okay, look at the process where you're at within, trying to achieve a certain goal. Where are you? What have you done to get to as far as you have? What's worked? What hasn't worked? That kind of maybe made you go off a little track a little bit, or perhaps maybe there's just something that you're not seeing that's right there in front of you, but you just haven't really allowed yourself to take a closer look at it. So that's number one, practice letting it go. Number two is practice being in the present moment. I think a lot of the time we get so caught up in our tasks, our to-do list of checking it off, like we've finished something, we've achieved something, that it becomes so, it's such a habit of just going check, done, check, done, check, done, right? And you're not really actually practicing being present in the moment and saying, oh, great, I did this. This is fantastic. And allowing yourself to really look at what it was that you achieved and say, that was great. Like how, and allow yourself also to get into the emotion of how it made you feel to achieve something, because it should make you feel good. Remember as a kid when you would finish something, you get an A on a test or a B on a test, and you'd run home. Everyone wanted sometimes it seemed like the elusive A. But regardless, if you did the best that you could and you improved and you ran home to show your parents that you improved on in a specific subject in school, you were proud, right? You weren't like check done and moving on. You were like proud. You wanted to celebrate. You were excited. Go back to that mindset of as a child, where childlike, and being present in your moment. So when you are achieving goals, allow yourself to celebrate those each moment, because then what you do is you're anchoring in what I call celebration memories. And these memories are things that will allow you to look back over your year to see where you've been, all the milestones you've achieved, and it allows you to see that you've really lived. And when you are old and gray, and you're sitting in front of the fireplace, I'm just going to make up a story, and you're sitting in your rocking chair and you're rocking and telling stories to your grandchildren sitting around at your feet, or you're reminiscing with your friends, you can say, wow, great job. What a life I lived. I can't believe. And then you can start saying, oh my gosh, I remember when I did this, and I remember when I went after that and I achieved it. Or I remember when I tried to do this and it didn't really work out the way I wanted it to, but I feel so grateful that I at least tried, because I'm not left with the what if and the regrets of not living. So that's the second one, practice being in the present, so that you can anchor in your celebration memories to carry you through life, and that you're also able to have these anchored in celebration memories to look back on, and to be able to like reminisce and have that gratitude. Now that leads me to the third, and what I think is one of the most important tools that I have in my toolbox, which is called gratitude stacking. It's really about bookending your days with gratitude. So what you do is you start your day off with gratitude, and you find a way to think about three things in your life, three areas of your life that you are really super grateful for. One thing in your life, a person in your life that you're grateful for, how they've impacted you. One thing about yourself that you're grateful for. I know this is very hard. Sometimes we start thinking about ourselves, and it's almost like we feel stuck trying to figure out what we're good at or what we've achieved, and to be able to be grateful for something, but allowing yourself to really dig deep and really find those moments. And the third is find an event in your life, an experience in your life that you're really super grateful for that happened, that brings you such joy when you look back. As an example, one of my most favorite days of my life was the day I got married. And I've been married 26 years now. And my wedding day, we had a very small wedding, but it was one of my most memorable days. I can still remember as if it was today. Like I could walk into that scene and relive pretty much the entire day. So being able to anchor in a memory like that is brings me joy. I can pull on those types of joyful memories, especially in those moments when you feel like I need to calm my mind. I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be right now. I feel like I should be further ahead. I'm looking at so and so. They're smashing their goals. I feel less than. I feel I'm not good enough. And you allow yourself then to be in that comparison syndrome, and you start doubting yourself, and you maybe even stop yourself from leaning into something really powerful and amazing that could change the trajectory of your life. So, first one is practice letting it go. Third one is practice being in the present moment. And the third is practicing gratitude. The last part I forgot to tell you about bookending gratitude is through the day, as you start your day with gratitude and you bring yourself all the way through your day, it'll allow you to recognize those moments when you get pulled out of your energy of being grateful, and you can be more mindful of those moments so that you can get yourself out of that. That is something to be grateful for as well. And at the end of the day, you can look back on your day. Again, it's not about check done. This way, you are actually looking back with gratitude. Wow, I did this, I did that. I was able to pull myself out of these moments where I was feeling like, very emotionally charged, and yet I was able to stop myself from responding in a way that I knew wouldn't be it would be counterproductive to my day. Because what happens when our emotions take control of us? It ends up stealing our time. So again, practice letting go, practice present moment awareness, basically, being in the present and enjoying each process as you go along, and then gratitude stacking, and that will help you to calm your mind. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Happy Monday. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead, that you're intentional about the things that you want to achieve this week. And I hope that everything that you want for your life becomes your reality because you have decided that that is what you want. All right. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye for now.